Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 10WT Tips, where every single week we teach you how to form the healthy habits that will transform your body and your life. At the 10-Week Transformation, we teach you a 5-step framework. Number 1, we build your big. That's your why behind your fitness. Number 2, you set your success indicator, and that's where you want to be and by when. 3, we help you identify your progress indicators. These are the 2 to 3 weekly goals that will inevitably progress you closer to your overall goal. Number 4, we help you plan your pills. These are the micro habits that increase the likelihood that you're successful given the chaos and the busyness of your week. 5th and finally, we help you set up your scoreboard, which will give you the feeling of game on. If you do these steps, your habits are going to be rock solid, your self-confidence will skyrocket, and you'll be on the path to your best you. Every single week, we help individuals who are hungry for growth get closer to the best version of themselves. I'm your host, Nick Carrier, and today I'm super excited to talk about how to handle a lack of progress. Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back. Today's episode is crucial. Today's episode is critical. Today's episode, honestly, might be one of the most important episodes I've ever recorded when it comes to the 10WT tips and advice with progressing closer to your health and fitness goals. And that is how to handle a lack of progress. Because inevitably, every single one of us, I don't care who you are, I don't care how much progress you've made with your health and fitness, inevitably, we're going to have times where we're not making progress. We're going to have time where we've hit a plateau and we're not making any progress. And sometimes we're going to be okay with that because sometimes maybe we're not trying to make any progress. So sometimes we might be okay with kind of staying where we're currently at, right? Like sometimes I'm in a maintenance phase. Sometimes I'm in a phase where I don't really care to get faster. I don't really care to get stronger. I don't really care to get bigger. I care to just kind of stay where I'm currently at. And so if that's you, that's completely fine. I'm talking about somebody who wants to make progress. I'm talking about somebody who is implementing a specific plan and you're like, gosh, dang it, I'm not making the progress that I want to see. What is going wrong? And so this is a 5-step bullet point list that you can go through one by one. And then the last one is kind of an overarching one of everything, but a step-by-step bullet point list that you can go through that can help you pinpoint why you're not actually making progress. So if this is you right now, I want you to make sure that you're taking notes during this episode because, again, a lack of progress can be so destructive. Not only is it a lack of progress now and you're not seeing the growth you want to see, but that lack of progress can cause you to lose motivation. If you lose motivation, it'll stop you being consistent, and maybe you're not showing up to the gym as consistently, maybe you're not following your food plan as consistently, and then you're going to retreat, and then you're actually going to backtrack, then you're going to take steps backwards and reverse, and then you're going to have to catch back up, and that just wastes time for you. And so not only is a lack of progress is a lack of progress, but it's also sometimes what causes people to retreat and what causes people to go backwards and what causes people to spiral out of control and lose motivation. And that loss of motivation in their health and fitness can transcend into loss of motivation in all areas of your life. And if you lose motivation in all areas of your life, then all things go to crap. And so we want to make sure that if you're trying to make progress, that you can see the progress you want to see, and we can get right back to that by following these 5 steps. So if you're taking notes, get ready. Number 1. Your weekly goals are right conceptually, but you're not dialing in a lethal dosage. So this, for example, let's say somebody, again, we'll use a weight loss example during this because that's something that all of us can understand. But if you're trying to build strength, trying to build muscle, then this is also applicable to you. Maybe you're trying to get faster. This is probably applicable to you as well. So your weekly goals are right conceptually, but you're not dialing in a lethal dosage. So if you're trying to lose weight, maybe you're saying, I'm going to work out 3 times a week. And you're working out 3 times a week. Maybe you have a little bit of weight loss, but then it kind of plateaus. Well, maybe you need to increase the dosage. Maybe you just need to start working out 4 times a week. Or maybe your 3 workouts a week are 30 minutes, and maybe they need to be 45 minutes now. Like maybe you need to increase the dosage by frequency of number of times or the sheer volume in any individual time. So the first one is maybe you're not making progress because you're not doing enough of the good habits. So again, maybe it's like I'm eating healthier now. Maybe I'm eating 10 meals that are really healthy a week, but maybe now I need to be eating 12. Maybe now I need to be eating 13. Like maybe I'm not dialing in a lethal enough dosage where that I need in order to continue to make progress. So that's number 1. Number 2, are you lying to yourself about the success that you may be having with your weekly goals? Now, let me Let me explain that a little bit further. Are you lying to yourself? So this is when somebody talks to me and says, Coach, I've stopped losing weight. And I say, okay, let's talk a little bit about what you're doing. Talk to me a little bit about the workouts that you're doing outside of the workouts with me. What do those look like? And that might be someone like, I'm going to the Y and I'm there for 45 minutes, but maybe they spend 10 minutes of it just kind of like moseying around the gym, not doing much. Maybe their rest times are really long and they're not picking appropriate weight choices and things like that. But they're checking off the box of working out 45 minutes, but that 45 minutes actually isn't used very productively. Another thing is someone maybe saying that I'm eating healthy, but I'm just not losing the weight. And I'm like, okay, well, send me what you're eating and let's really get a clear picture of what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're eating. And then they send me stuff and it's not as healthy as it actually should be. And then again, they're kind of to an extent lying to themselves about the result that they're getting. And so make sure that you're honest with yourself that the exercise that you are doing, the food that you are doing is actually what you need to be doing and you're not getting a false result. Number 3, is there something that you're not factoring in? I know personally with a lot of clients, but I coach people, obviously a ton of people with their weight loss goals and their fitness goals. And so I usually am able to point things out ahead of time that people aren't considering, but maybe people aren't considering their water intake. Maybe people aren't considering their alcohol, maybe their sweets or their snacking or their sleep or their stress. There's so many different factors that people might not think about when it comes to making progress towards their health and fitness goals. So maybe there's something that you're not really considering that you need to start considering. That's number 3. Number 4 is actions and results are not always closely related in time and space. This is a principle of patience. Just because you're doing something doesn't mean that you're going to get a result right away. Just because you work out once doesn't mean you're going to lose the weight. Just because you have one good week doesn't mean you're going to lose the weight. Oftentimes, the actions and the results have a gap between them. Sometimes you need to keep pounding and 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 pounding, and then that well starts to generate a little bit of water. And so that's a principle of patience. Continue to take action. Don't expect results more quickly than they should actually come. Don't expect to lose 20 pounds if it took you 6 months. Don't expect to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks when you put on 20 pounds over a period of 6 months, right? And then lastly, and my most favorite part about this is we need to change our mindset towards an infinite mindset rather than a finite mindset. I'm getting this terminology from a guy named Simon Sinek, if you've never heard of him. And this is the whole idea that we do goals not for just the outcome, but for the sake of experiencing growth en route to the goal. So if you have a goal of losing 10 pounds in 10 weeks, and at the end of the 10 weeks, you lost 6 pounds and you're upset because you didn't lose 10, who cares? Like, you need to continue to eat healthy. You need to continue to exercise. So just because you didn't hit that metric in the time frame that you allotted yourself, it's like, who cares? It's not a finite game. Health is not a finite game. It's an infinite game. You don't need to stop working out just because you got to that 10-pound weight loss. You need to continue to work out for the rest of your life. You need to continue to make healthy choices with your nutrition for the rest of your life. So it's this mindset shift that I'm not playing a finite game. Yes, I run a 10-week transformation, but sometimes the flaw of the 10 weeks is that people think like, okay, by the end of the 10 weeks, I'm good to go. It's like, no, just because we finished the 10 weeks together, like you want to continue moving on. And so it's not a finite game. It's not a finite mindset. We need to make it an infinite game, that we're not doing it for the sake of achieving outcome. We're doing it for the sake of seeking growth and seeking improvement and seeking progress. So let me go again through those real quick. Number 1, things are right conceptually, but you're not dialing in a lethal dosage. You need to do more. Number 2, maybe you're lying to yourself about the true result that you're seeing. Number 3, maybe there's something that you're not factoring in, like water, alcohol, sweets, or snacking, or sleep, or stress. Number 4, actions and results are not always closely related in time and space. And number 5, we need to change our mindset if we're not making progress to one of not of a finite game, but of an infinite game, one of growth, not on the outcome. I hope you guys enjoyed today. If you know somebody who's not making progress that they want to see right now, send them this episode so that they can start to shift their mindset. And they can also write down these bullet points and ask themselves these really important questions. And if you're not joining me on Instagram Live for my workouts, go join Instagram Live for a lower body, upper body, or core workout. They're 20 minutes. They go hard. You're going to love them. You can sign up for free at nickcarrier.com/Instagram Live. Again, nickcarrier.com/Instagram Live. But I hope today helps you get closer to your health and fitness goals and ultimately gets you closer and closer to your best you.